The true reason behind Big Ed Brown's wedding cancellation with Liz Woods, the 90-Day Fiancé. On 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods aren't getting married. This is the history of the contentious pair. The star of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, for no particular reason, Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods did not get married and will never get married. Following his breakup with Rose Vega from before the 90 Days, Big Ed and Liz got together. Big Ed started dating the waitress manager at his favorite restaurant in San Diego when he approached her. Before the first season of 90 Day, The Single Life concluded, Big Ed and Liz parted ways. But even after breaking up over a dozen times, they kept getting back together until decided to tie the knot in August 2023. Big Ed traveled to Florida for couples group treatment. It aided in their realization that they belonged together. Big Ed made Liz one last proposal. He believed that they had moved past their 13 divides. Big Ed believed that he was becoming a better partner, parent, and son because of Liz. Liz, meantime, considered how their communication had improved. But the most recent episodes of Happily Ever After revealed that Liz and Big Ed were still at odds over little things like Liz's daughter fitting some flour on the kitchen counter. In Arkansas, Big Ed and Liz were residents. In 90 Day, The Last Resort, Big Ed and Liz disclosed their intentions to relocate to Arkansas. They anticipated that the huge transfer would cause even more chaos in their life. Big Ed and Liz had dreams of living in a mansion. In a 90 Day Diaries Season 4 episode, the pair proudly displayed their July 2023 home purchase. The former photojournalist talked of his family's relocation to Arkansas, which was halfway across the nation. Liz, meantime, insisted that there was a single crucial reason why she chose Arkansas. They were planning to tie the knot on August 29, 2023. Liz mentioned that Big Ed's family encouraged their bond, how spending time with his family strengthened his bond with them. After all, Liz was moving to Bentonville to begin a new life with Big Ed. There, they were starting new careers in real estate and getting married. Liz was prepared to enter the real estate market as a real estate agent, even though she had no prior experience in the field. Big Ed was spending a lot of time trying to prepare their dream wedding, so he hadn't told Liz that he really needed the money. Since it was their anniversary, they decided to get married on that day. Edward and Elizabeth were getting married at Holland Barn in Arkansas at 3 p.m. The ceremony was scheduled to begin at 10 p.m. in a chapel outside a barn. The guests at the wedding were expected to dress bohemian. Everyone was instructed not to wear white, especially dresses, though. They would be serving house red and white wine, light beer, and seltzers until they ran out. It was supposed to be a filmed event, so guests were asked if they could be filmed. Really, Liz's daughter was told by Big Ed to stop being a baby. Liz revealed to the cameras during her confessional section on episode 6 that Ed canceled the wedding. She claimed that they had a fight a few nights ago in front of Big Ed's family, but she was at a loss for words. Liz disclosed that Big Ed had prepared taco spaghetti for supper and that Big Ed's sister was there at the residence. The dish was too spicy for Riley's taste, but Big Ed ordered Riley to quit being such a baby. Big Ed said something that Liz didn't like, so she called him out on it. Then he yelled at Liz, "Look at you, you're crazy." Big Ed and Liz quarreled in front of his family. Liz and Big Ed were fighting in front of his family at that point. She claimed that Big Ed made no attempt to help her work through it. She was aware that Big Ed disliked being pushed into an awkward situation. He finds it unpleasant to hear how he mishandles circumstances. Liz went to bed later that evening and woke up to see Big Ed had left. Liz got a text message from their wedding officiant apologizing for calling off the ceremony a few days later. Liz was not informed that Big Ed had canceled the wedding. Big Ed said that he was able to expose his sister Elizabeth to the true nature of Liz through their arguments. Liz blowing up in front of Big Ed's sister, nephew, and niece wounded Big Ed's feelings. Big Ed acknowledged that he made Riley's taco pasta excessively spicy and called it an error, but that wasn't the problem. The issue was that he no longer wanted to be around Liz because she had gotten into such a dumb quarrel with him. Big Ed acknowledged that he was mortified to see Liz become enraged and yell at him. Liz made him look bad in front of his family, even though he had made Liz out to be the love of his life. He realized after the battle that they were deluding themselves and that things would never be better. Big Ed didn't want to spend the rest of his life living like Way, so they would resume their fights. Big Ed obtained his deposit by calling the wedding location. He picked up the phone and called his pals. All they needed to do at this point was accept one other's reality and move on. Says Big Ed, "It's over, I'm done." If Big Ed married Liz and went down the same road, he didn't want to live a sad life forever. He refused to get divorced because that would have resulted in Liz getting divorced a third time. Since he had already canceled the venue but hadn't informed Liz, he wasn't sure how she would respond to the news. Since he knew Liz wouldn't want to accept the truth, he chose not to inform her. He was aware that he would not wed Liz. Was Big Ed trying to find a reason not to get married? Liz didn't understand why Big Ed had to call off the wedding, because the fight wasn't anything like any of the fights they'd had previously on 90DF. She was perplexed as to how Big Ed could call off the wedding over stupid taco pasta. Liz believed Big Ed was losing interest in marriage and that he had never truly wanted a family. Even though Liz thought they had been the best we've ever been and still had problems, she had given Big Ed her all, demonstrating how much he meant to her. Liz and Big Ed never even spoke before Big Ed called off the wedding. He was the reason she felt broken. While staying at his sister's, Big Ed paid no attention to Liz. Because of what Big Ed did, Liz considered him to be a coward and a weakling. Liz has known Big Ed long enough to understand his thoughts and the meaning behind his acts. Big Ed might have been plotting to call off the wedding from the beginning. He used the taco pasta disagreement as a pretext to dump Liz on 90 Day Fiancé, a happy ending.